Hello, my name is Lola Estepe, and today I am interviewing
Adrian Sanchez, principal.
the principal here at Felix Varela. The first question I would like to ask you is, can you share a bit about your own cultural identity?
So I consider myself a Cuban American. My parents were both born in Havana and Santa Clara, Cuba, and I'm the first generation here in the United States.
What are your favorite traditions that honor your heritage?
Salsa dancing would probably be my favorite. When I was about your age, that would be my outings. I would take my girlfriends and my friends salsa dancing.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds very fun. Do you celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month within your culture?
I celebrate Hispanic Heritage every month.
Yeah. What was your experience been like growing up within the Hispanic community?
So I think overall positive. I went to a traditional school for elementary and middle, and then high school I was able to go to a Cuban American school, Belen Jesuit, which was started in Havana, Cuba. So I think that's really where the Hispanic Cuban heritage really began to flourish within my upbringing. I participated in a lot of cultural events. I was president of the Spanish National Honor Society, so I really took part in the importance of my cultural heritage at that point.
Do you remember any of the events that you participated
In a private school, you're able to do different events than in a public school, but we used to do what's called tombola, and tombola is the equivalent of like a county fair. And during that county fair, we would have all kinds of things. I like to cook. My specialty is actually arroz con pollo a la chorrera. So I would do cook-offs. We would have, why I said that we sometimes don't allow the same things, but we would have like rum and coke tastings for parents and things like that really involved our community.
I didn't know all that. Is there anything? Oh, I think I already asked this one. What does Hispanic Heritage Month mean to you?
So I think it gives opportunity for all of us, students, staff members, to display who we are and where we come from. It's important for us to remember where we come from so we can move forward in the direction of unity.
How do you honor your culture? Like truly, how do you honor it?
So I think it's important for me to say that I am Cuban American. Naturally, I'm born here in the United States. I am an American. But if I don't honor that aspect of me being Cuban, it's forgotten. So I think by naming it, by putting it up forward, I think you're saying something that the Cuban heritage is important, as every other heritage is important.
Absolutely. And what are some ways we can learn to support Hispanic culture without appropriation?
So I think the way that we can honor each other is just doing that, accepting others for their differences and understanding that we're one big melting pot of different beliefs, different cultures, different looks, different feels, and as long as we do that, I think we'll all be okay.
What is your favorite part about being Hispanic?
I want to say it's our swag. I think especially Miami Cubans are very different from all the other cultures around us.
Yeah. What are some traditions from your culture that surprise others?
We're very loud.
Absolutely.
I just got back from Colorado, and sometimes you have to check yourself because we tend to speak a little loud. We speak with our hands.
Yeah.
And that may be offensive to some people. So I think that surprises us. So if you see a Cuban for the first time, you may be surprised.
They can't handle our swag.
They can't handle the swag.
Who do you look up to in the Hispanic community?
I think people like trendsetters like Gloria Estefan, even people like Pitbull that didn't necessarily do well in school, but found an avenue to bring our culture to the masses and also do things that are helping the future. Like for example, Pitbull owns multiple schools and multiple organizations that help out others. I think people like that really should be commended because they're moving not only the culture forward but people as a whole.
And for the last question I'd like to ask you is, what do you think celebrating is? Why do you think celebrating it is so important, especially now?
And so, you know, we live in a time that is, we're always talking about doom and gloom and things that are tough. You know, when you watch the news, you usually don't see the good things until the last 10 minutes of the news. So when you have an opportunity to share, whether it be culture, whether it be music, or just conversation, I think it's a positive thing. So whether you may necessarily agree with my culture or not, I think having a conversation is a positive thing.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and
Thank you.
taking time out of your day for this.
Thank you, kiddos. Love you, Varela.
Thank you.